The Quarantine Cup is of course brought to you by Mekk-Knight Collectibles. Enter code NOLAN5 at checkout for 5% off sealed and singles on the site. I personally picked up my case of Burst of Destiny for, I believe it was $1,070 after entering code NOLAN5 at checkout. They do more than just sealed though, they do singles. Honestly, probably the most competitive prices on the market for everything at launch. They do also have a little bit of a back catalogue going on with some alternate rares and secret rares that they're updating all the time, so do check them out. And of course, entering code NOLAN5 at checkout makes it all the cheaper. But let's get on into the video. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to NolanTCG, and we are here for the last match of week 2 of the Quarantine Cup. I'm once again here with Jake and Logan.
Hello.
Yo.
Logan decided to definitely go and get a mountain of food, so be prepared to hear him chewing throughout this video.
Yep, ASMR fans get keen.
Get keen if you are really into ASMR food chewing. Okay, so of course we've got Jake. Jake made the final match of this week. He's up against Lachlan, who's also made the final match. Each of these have been featured this week.
Yep. We get to see whose of the decks is better.
This is Lachlan's final second week in a row, actually.
I believe
it is indeed. So we have an extra into set many pass. Oh, only set 3. Okay.
Now, Jake, did you know what Lachlan was on at this point?
Yes. Because I versed him last week and it's exactly the same.
Very good.
Jake comes through with a set rotation. Curious.
No, Curious is a Lightsworn card.
Oh, yes, of course.
Can you pronounce it Kyrgios anyway, like the Australian tennis player? You moron.
Shut up.
Look, I'm surprised he doesn't call it, like, fucking Papega.
We have an Ash on the light stage, which I thought was super interesting at the time, considering what I have in hand. But then we have light stage effect to lock down one of his back row. I chose the center one.
You have chosen not the center one. You've chosen the right one.
You should lock down the field spell.
Activates ref. No Ash coming through on the ref.
Because he already used it on light stage.
Ooh, but a Dark Magician coming from the hand.
Yeah, look, I don't have everything. Vendors, I've probably got a Phantasma in hand that's also never going to be live in this match either.
Okay. So now, down will come one Dragoon. For some reason I thought you had an alternate Art of Dragoon then. I was like, man, can't wait till Konami does that.
Yeah, so I locked down the Solemn Judgment, so I picked really well. Because otherwise my ref would have been dead.
Yeah. Also, neither of those back rows flip during Lachlan's turn. As one mine touches down. Oh, strike for the Dragoon.
Okay.
Makes like, isn't the worst thing because I just I keep the Dragoon anyway.
He didn't even wait for you to discard. You might have kept.
No, he didn't.
He
wasn't me to do anything. Like he even took the damage off for Dragoon before I summoned the Dragoon. Like he's like, yep,
he's worried about time. He's got that Trickstar Light Stage on board.
It's gonna be burning every time those Trickstars
touch down another card, the same card in the column of the warning of last turn.
I just realized it's gonna show up really loudly whenever I put the Powerade lid on my bottle, so let's just take that off.
Yep, clever choice.
Spoilers, ladies and gentlemen, that's what that loud noise was.
Ooh,
Jake just pinning down some Solemns.
Wish to summon, eventually.
True, this is really bad. He needs to just hold the cards in hand and then because otherwise he just gets picked off from light stage every time. Or not. Yep, cool. Okay.
Continue saying.
Like, what do I know in the finals, eh? Please tell me you hit that card and it's good.
Nope, he goes for it. It's a cold buy. Gonna cold buy that blue sky.
Why? What's the fucking purpose of not holding this?
Especially when it's a reactive card.
Yeah. It's not a card that's going to stop the mind from getting destroyed either. It's not like, I need to set this to protect my mind.
How long do you reckon it will take in Yu-Gi-Oh! For them to release a card that flips all spell and trap cards face down? Because this sounds like something they should have already printed.
Never. That's busted. That'd be so beautiful.
It is kind of funny though. I kind of want that.
Like a giant Trunade that just flips everything face down.
Closest they've got at the moment is, well, it's not even really flipping a face down. It's like Blizzard.
Yeah.
I can
Nobody's
already in my
playing
head
it.
imagine every card that breaks that spell, Ben.
That's fine.
Put back down your crackdowns. Put back down your field spells to reflip.
Well, the crackdown's detached and the card becomes back to your opponent.
Sure, but then you just take a different one if you want. If there's a better card to take.
Exactly. That's fine. I have no issues with this.
No, it's busted. Summon Alistair. I'll crack down. I'll then reflip my crackdown. You can have your Alistair back. Sure. No effects I add. Then I'll take the next Alistair.
So he's sent the light stage because he's sick of his back row being pinned down.
Now he's turned on the Dragoon.
That he has.
However, the Lord has 3/5,
Yep.
so it's gonna
That-
go over the top. Or not. As Logan is cut off by his own sound. Jake, you're still stuck under this Mystic Mine though, which is a small problem.
I am. Well, it is exactly that. It is a small
It
problem.
is more.
Because at the same time, he's got 650, 800,
Yeah.
650 life points, and I've not taken any damage.
I feel like Jake's in a very strong position here because he also doesn't lose by deck out.
I feel like the Lord though is just gonna threaten your Dragoon every turn now.
And that's okay.
You have another droplet for it anyway.
He stays silent. He bloody does too. This guy.
So I don't remember what I have here. I think I may lose the Dragoon. I don't know.
To be fair, even if he has Dragoon, you can like summon Alistair. Make something, tack over. Make Mekka-Bar, add back Alistair. And then attack.
I know Lachlan's not playing the train package, so the choo-choo will not burn Jake later.
Now he's just getting rid of my back row in fear that I have a droplets.
But it's a super poly. You could have super polyed for your zombie dragon.
Ah, yes.
Your
I don't know how,
Necrosol.
because there's only one.
Yeah, you maybe would have put 2 out there. Does look as though Lachlan's going to start establishing some resources here. Although he seems quite happy to let your Dragoon hang around for a little while. As we wait, as we are on the Mystic Mine. Thrilling content.
Yeah, welcome to Mystic Mine Duels.
Absolutely thrilling content.
Whether it's a protect the castle build where they just want to fucking whittle you down and make you miserable, or they just play it so that they can build up resources.
I do feel pretty miserable watching this game.
Yeah, look, I was the same at the time. I was like hoping to top deck any sort of back row removal to then just be able to punch him for game, but alas, it didn't happen.
That's rough, buddy. That's rough.
Shit happens.
Do you not have an Alistair you could have used there?
You cannot target Dragoon with Alistair.
Ah, Alistair targets.
You hate to see it.
Feels bad, man.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Lachlan now is. Why just set a card there?
Alistair tricks
Putting
up,
it
triggers
face
when
up.
it's flip face up.
Correct.
Which one? Alistair.
That
Sure,
pop-
but then
it pops
what?
the
And
mine.
it also gets rid
Oh,
of
true. Yeah, no, yeah, fair enough.
It can't be conked, so he's got to flip it.
Ah, got classic duel and book.
Jake got dueling booked. Can Jake get through those back row to do 650 damage here?
Highly unlikely.
I've got 6 cards in hand. Surely I can do something.
You know, double invocation here.
Not even that. It's more about getting double Alistair because, like, if he's got the Hakero set, he'll just banish the Alistair before I can resolve the invocation. So.
Whack it
Whack it all. We all know that's how you say it.
Definitely. Also, by the way, the Blackman guys are back, Ben, in case they've stopped staring at you.
No, they're upside down.
What about the Ruby Carbuncle? That's Jake's profile picture. What
No,
about
that doesn't have like very clearly defined eyes.
Alright, what about the Guard Dragon?
It's looking at the ball.
It's looking at that ball. It kind of looks a little bit angry in that photo, actually.
It's playing with the ball.
Surely you're not angry playing with the ball. I'd be very happy.
Comp coming down. What is it going? Oh, it's going to pop the meltdown. I'm assuming this is just so he can respond to the second invocation.
I think it's more so we can respond to the monster that I'm about to summon.
Okay. It's a Goyas.
Yeah, it's so that he could activate the torrential.
Okay.
That seems good.
Give
I
it
mean,
a
you have another invocation, though, so it's like,
I do.
okay.
I'm assuming he's going to have a Haquero and a Sanguine set.
Sure, but the invocation gets him back in the Alistair anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in a tricky spot in terms of like not dying.
Here we go. Does he have the response?
The pause.
Well, if he summons the Haquero here,
Do you have an? Please tell me you have an Ash.
if you have access to a...
Yes!
Yeah,
Get
that's-
punished!
That's just game.
Punished!
Mhm.
Good! Punish that shit. It's so bad. It's terrible
that?
play.
Final
It is
back
bad.
row is
And also, I
something...
now have a fire engrave to be able to summon Purgatory.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
good.
my question for before.
Get punished.
There we are. Piercing. Says game.
Ben, we discussed this on the last week's Eldlich matches, how bad.
You did indeed discuss
Oh,
arranging those changes.
good, and they got punished for it. Good. Now people might understand how shit it is.
All the people that watch this and have stayed to listen to your rants. But
Yeah.
a punishment is here anyway. Alistair can negate the punishment. Unless he's playing 5-head big god dragon.
He's indeed playing a large target. He's playing.
He is playing
Two Large
alternative.
Ultimate
Okay.
Dragon.
You have another
Dang.
Alistair?
I
Wait,
think I'm
what?
trying to find the I'm trying to find the graveyard button and I'm struggling.
Yeah, there's a lot of struggle. Jake got into a fight with the keyboard and lost.
Not the keyboard.
It's to happen. It's okay.
Keyboard undefeated. To be fair, that's really bad for you because he had a lot.
That's the thing. He's already used quite a lot of his spells and traps, so like he is whittling it down to a limited amount. I'm still on 4K.
Still game one.
But this is still the
This
first
is
game.
game 1, yeah.
Yeah, well,
It's only been like 10 minutes.
that's a long time in Yu-Gi-Oh these days.
Yeah, it feels like it. When you're not in the moment. I'm assuming he's out of Sanguines at this point.
I think so because he's got 4 traps banished at this point. I think.
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
Now, can Jake play here because he had to use the Alistair? This is a yikes.
I've still got another one set up in grave. Like the engine's still live.
I
have-
got a
I have
meltdown.
that.
Did you draw that?
No, I think I had it in hand.
That conk pop though.
That's fine because
Yeah, he
I
has
don't
one
think he's
banished in
realised I've
invocation. This
Oh,
Completely irrelevant.
I forgot about that. Yep.
he's trying to get that
Yeah.
point across. drops the Alistair in the blasting fuse column.
Jeez. You're really clutching at straws
Thankfully, I'm
there.
not versing Steb, so it's not an issue.
Now,
I
yeah,
don't
I'm
know
assuming
when-
you're not playing a second copy of
Purgatory.
Unfortunately not.
Oh,
There was a
Purge.
time where I was playing a second copy of Purgatory, but I didn't have room in the current build.
There was a time.
You can't go into another Dragoon because you've used that.
You guys need to make an Alistair.
Make an Alistair.
Could make Elysium.
Yeah, that is an option. Are you playing Elysium?
Yes.
Okay.
So you could find room for the Elysium, but not for the second.
Elysium's a good super poly target.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's just an invoked monster and a monster summon from the extract? Okay. Now we wait a second.
Now we wait. It's because I'm thinking.
And is thinking about summoning his Elysium or Macabre. Still thinking.
There's a big think. Was this one? Maybe someone was talking to me? I don't know.
Oh no, we
he
had a
was
torrential for the
thinking.
Almirage, okay. Is that just not a... Oh,
Because
because the
Blood
Lord can't be
Lord's still
destroyed.
protected.
Okay.
God knows what I summoned at this point.
Yeah, what do you have left? That's big enough.
He's gone for
Elysium, surely.
Elysium, yeah.
But I can't do that.
Nope. What?
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 I banished it. Yeah, I think I banished Purgatory by accident.
Oh.
But
Chat.
I've got the droplets, so
Chat. Judge.
it's not like I didn't have a valid target. I just clicked the wrong one.
Yeah, Judge.
Would you believe I'm going for Jake in this match?
No.
You wouldn't tell. So Jake, what are you starting in here?
I think it was mainly back row removal, so like Lightning Storms and Red Reboot.
Seems reasonable. Seems very reasonable for this match.
What are
think I
your
took those
thoughts
Phantasmates
on
out.
playing Lightning Storm with your field spell?
It does make it a little bit tricky, but like if you don't see Lightning Storm very early on, it's kind of irrelevant anyway.
Understandable. Light stage coming down, so you haven't got the Lightning Storm.
Nope. I think he's worried about it this time around, so he's thinking whether he wants to get rid of it early.
You are viewing the deck, so...
No, he's not worried about it.
Being able to just freely lock down back row seems very good.
Very good for Mekk-Knights as well, because you can keep one column stable while you summon.
Light stage is at 1 still, yeah?
Yep.
Okay, understandable.
Well, it appears I've not opened well. Lachlan didn't open that well either, considering he's just sort of let it die and then gonna get one.
So Jake, do you just play the Trickstar engine to give you an extra monster? Like that, like the extra Dragoon kind of line?
It's completely logical as to doing that.
Plus, Light
Fair
Stage
enough.
seems to be a very good card. Like, again, just locking down a back row is very good, or at least baiting it out.
Well, definitely put in the work against Mystic Mine.
Or... Ash is there for the Sanguine.
I think we have a response. Yeah, there we go.
It's a strike. pays his life points quite liberally.
Oh yeah, as I said in the last replay, he doesn't care about paying life points until he's already dead. That's the point where he cares.
Given he was brought up in that kind of 2014 to 2016 Yu-Gi-Oh mentality of life points do not matter, this is understandable.
Yeah. Oh, we have a punishment.
Oh. I'm assuming it's because he was probably going to punishment enters your back row. Instead, the light stage goes bye-bye. No more pinning the back row. I was about to say, at least you only have one back row to contend with, and then didn't say it, figuring he would have a bunch of other ones to banish and set an in phase.
But he did not.
He did not.
He does not, no.
Oh,
Gammy.
Lord.
That is good. You didn't tell us you were going to side that in, Jake.
I forgot that I did.
Now the meltdown.
Well, regardless, it's a strong card to side in.
Especially when he's only got one back row.
This is true.
If it's a conk, it's now turned off. If it's a Hakuero, it's turned off.
If it's any Eldlich trap, he's in really bad shape. No, yeah, meltdown. Send to grave.
Send the alley.
Look, there are some interactions where I wish that was a thing you could do. Just send it to grave. I already have the invo.
Just send it to grave and add the invo. It's fine.
I'm just skipping steps. It's fine.
Honestly, I reckon that would balance out the whole Invoked engine. Like, it'd be worse if you gave Alistair's effect to Meltdown and made Alistair a normal one.
Making Alistair a normal monster is problematic, though.
True.
Because then he can't make his Dragoon with it.
No, it's because then you can summon it with unexpected die from the deck.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, but it has no effect because I feel like that's a very small problem.
It would appear that Jake has double invocation. Yep, there it is.
Yep.
Oh,
That is why my first turn was really bad, because I needed Alistair.
This is not looking good for our boy Josh.
Yes, for Josh at all.
Yeah, Josh is looking really bad in this matchup, considering he didn't make it to the finals.
Josh didn't feature in any of the content properly this week.
Oh, shit, yeah, whoops. Oh. I just put those two players together. They're so similar.
He's beaten me to the pop of the Gamseal.
Is this game?
Yep.
One's gone through.
Yeah, 25 plus 24.
Whoa.
Oh, please have a trap. Please have a trap.
Is this a trap? In hand.
Damn.
It is not.
Big sad.
That actually would have been so good if it was a trap. I would have popped off hard.
In saying that, he is quite far behind, because he won't be able to trigger that trap until
This end
this
phase.
turn, and I've banished the Lord from grave. Ooh.
Ooh. Extravagance. Good.
Ooh.
Oh, Ash comes out of the hand. What is the normal summon? Does he have a normal summon?
I don't think that deck has a normal summon. I think it's just hand traps.
I for some reason convinced myself he was playing Invoked because you set rotationed him and gave him a meltdown.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, he's playing Invoked.
Basically, normal Alistair.
What have we got? Ooh, we've got nothing. We've got a straight pass.
Got a few traps in grave, so he's going to be able to get a Sanguine and a Haquero, or a Conquistador.
Surely it's
Probably a conk pop, yeah.
Yeah. You pop the one thing that can get over your Golden Lord.
Oh, now what has Jake drawn? Has he drawn a trap card?
That would be
Nice,
huge.
wouldn't it?
Would be nice.
We know he plays track downs, so
I mean, I side them in, but considering I sided in Gamseal, I don't think I would have also sided in Crackdowns.
Ah, you can work like that sometimes.
to be fair, you have an Alistair, so this is
There's going to be a Purg, and that Purg's going to threaten.
And
Especially
you're holding that.
one conch pulp.
I think at this point I'm feeling quite confident in the fact that I'm going to win, so I kind of make what would be considered a bad play. So
So you start.
You're gonna
you
lead
did,
off
Josh.
your Goitus and your Invoke.
You did, Josh. Okay. You did, Josh.
He did. He is doing. Oh wait, no, he's gonna go.
Oh,
for
he's
the
doing
BLS
it, Josh.
Okay.
You scum.
I realise that it's bad, but it's funny.
That's such a flex.
Seeing BLS link a lot on this week's recordings makes me consider buying one.
Yeah, it's really
It's
good.
to be good.
He's quite strong.
After I gave up my one for being a good person all that time ago.
You gave it
that,
up.
was,
What?
that was your mistake. You were. a
Hang
bad
on,
person.
what? You gave it up. What's that story?
So I like traded an ulti Galatea for one when they were both like not worth that much, and then the
And then
BLS link
one's
went up,
back.
and then the person was like, "Oh, let me buy the BLS link back off you," and I was like, "Sure."
In fairness, the Galatea is worth a lot of money at the moment as well.
Yeah.
Like far more than the BLS link.
At the time, they were worth the same, and then they were not worth the same.
Tell me you have an Ashy.
I do not. However,
Doesn't
it
matter.
doesn't matter.
Well, the BLS will just be able
Yeah.
to banish out the Golden Lord, meaning he'll have no lords left.
Correct.
True. I feel like this is still like worse though, right? You could have won this
Oh,
turn.
if I just summoned the Purgatory, it was the same result, except I would have won a turn sooner. But this is funny.
I remember at the time we're all watching this game in the recordings,
I'm going.
and this is
Take
why
the
I've
card.
now checked to see if he has both lords in banished. Because we're like, he hasn't buffed it by 15 because he no longer has a lord left. And there it is.
Yep.
The game is
Dang.
over.
Jake, you're a machine, my guy.
Week
Okay.
2 of the Quarantine Cup has gone to Jake, as Lachlan has revealed a Red Eyes Black Dragon in his hand.
Damn.
Hot.
No, I heard that card rivals the Blue Eyes Red Dragon.